Angela Jane was a mean little kid. She bit and she spat, then she ran and she hid. She yelled at her mother, she screamed at her dad. Oh, Angela Jane was awfully bad. She'd go in the garden and eat all the weeds. She pulled up the flowers and stomped on their seeds. She chopped all the trees and poured paint on their roots. She bit all the butterflies, put on her boots, and ran through the garden, kicking about, pulling up vegetables. Then she would shout, "I'm bad and I'm horrid, I like it that way!" She yelled that quite loudly one certain fall day when the Queen of Mosquitoes was trying to sleep. The shouts woke her up, and she started to creep up the leaf she'd been sleeping on, looking around to locate the source of that horrible sound. Her eyes fell on Angela, red in the face, sweat pouring off her all over the place. The Queen of Mosquitoes listened and looked. She sharpened her stickler, made sure it was hooked on quite firmly, then buzzed all the rest of her clan. They met in the trees and they started to plan. The Queen said, "That child is awfully mean. She's full of more blood than I've ever seen, and it's certain her blood is nasty and bad, the kind to make any mosquito quite glad. I suggest we get her and drink her quite dry. That horrible blood will help us to fly, and to sting with more power than ever before. Then we'll have the strength to go after more. We'll bite all the people all over the world. Mosquitoes shall rule, thanks to that horrid girl." The sky soon was darkened by billions of wings. Mosquitoes were everywhere, sharpening their stings. The sound was so loud it roared through the land. People below did not understand what all of those bugs were planning to do, that they wanted to conquer the world, even you. The bugs swirled and crowded. They flew towards the yard where Angela Jane was working so hard, pulling tails off the cats and pinching their ears. She was laughing so loudly that she didn't hear the thunder of bugs descending on her. She just yelled, "Now, pussycat, let's hear you purr!" The Queen of Mosquitoes sat on her nose. She stuck in her stickler and turned on the hose. When Angela tried to swat her away, she found that her arms were as heavy as clay. She saw she was covered from toe to her head with big fat mosquitoes, all turning red as they sucked out the blood that they thought made them strong. But as Angela shrank, they found they were wrong. As Angela Jane shriveled up and went dry, all the mosquitoes started to die, for Angela's meanness was simply too thick. The nasty and bad in her blood made them sick. So think, my young friends, when you want to be mean, of what happened to Angela Jane and the Queen.